Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Henge, the Director of Client Services here at Bohlsen Group. We're back with another webcast, video, Bohlsen Briefs. Again, this is the online program that's not so much about underwear, but is about best practices for the communications at your organizations. Joining us today, Heidi Harmon, an account coordinator and media relations expert extraordinaire here at the agency. So that gives you a hint as to what we might be talking about here. Heidi's joining us to talk about her 4 steps to becoming a media relations pro. Now, I will say it may take more than these 4, but this is a really solid foundation. And media relations is so important because why?
You know, I think you start a business with a plan. I think you start a business with kind of a goal as to how to impact the community. And if people don't know about that, then that's kind of not doing you any favors. So I think the media is really a great way to kind of help you do that, help you, tell the community about your goals in your.
And I was going to say, and the consumers of the TV news or the print media, the local newspaper, they look to those sources as authoritative, and they take what those outlets are reporting very seriously. So it's important to have the media talking about you.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think it's their job to tell the community what's important, and I think people do listen to that.
Okay, here we go. 4 steps. Mm-hmm. We're going to take these in order. The first one, over-prepare.
Right. I think not only do you need to really do some research on your organization and other organizations like yours, but I think it will really help you be prepared if anything goes wrong, if the journalists or media have questions about what you're doing, you're able to kind of be able to give them a really quick answer. Also, I think media do like to have images. They like to have things that go along with stories, so you need to provide them with that. You need to have that ready to go for them.
And it's not that you'll be providing everything you research and collect right at the outset, but it's important to have it at the ready.
Absolutely. You never know what they're going to need.
Now, the reason I said that, segue-ish, is number 2 here on this list is keep it short and sweet. So it's the idea that these media people are getting hundreds of emails a day, so we need to be quick.
Right, absolutely. Media is very, very limited on time. So you want to have everything ready to go to give to them if they need it. Also, they don't have a whole lot of time to read your 5-paragraph long email telling them about what your organization's all about. So giving them a short and sweet couple sentences telling them what the story is, why they would be interested, I think that goes way further than explaining to them every single detail you think they'll need to know.
And you write here, try and leave the message with some kind of action step at the end. Leave something to be desired.
Right. I think if at the very end you say, hey, I have this person that can speak on this, this, and this, let me know if you'd like to coordinate something with them. I think telling them what you want them to do is very important.
Okay, but not in a way that's trying to tell them how to do their job, but in a way that's beneficial.
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. All right, number 3 here on these 4 steps to becoming a media relations pro is be available. So get this. You know me well. I talk about myself all the time. I'm a batch email reviewer. So I take like 2 times a day where I look at my email. Mm-hmm. If you know you've got some press releases or pitches out to the media, that's not a good idea necessarily.
No, absolutely not. If you know that you've sent out several emails to the media telling them about an event coming up or a company that has something new going on, you want to be able to check your email quite frequently in case a last-minute cancellation happens for a TV interview or radio interview. You never know when that's going to happen, so you want to be able to answer that really quickly or else they'll move on to someone else.
Yeah, responsiveness is so crucial, and you just said it exactly right. The expert that you see on the news isn't necessarily the best expert all the time. It was just the first one they could get a hold of.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, number 4, walk in a journalist's shoes. So this is the idea of great customer service.
Yeah, I think so. I think keeping in mind that the journalist is very short on time, trying to think of what they'll need and trying to prepare for that before you actually reach out to them. Try to think like a journalist. That will help you so much before you even start your media relations.
So it's about telling them what you have to offer, but not necessarily making demands.
No, absolutely not. And I think the second that you make demands is the second that that journalist might move on to someone else, and they might maybe note your name and not want to listen to you anymore, so that's not good.
Okay, lastly, kind of a closing point. So we've got our 4 steps, but I think to wrap this up, it's sort of the idea, and you write it really well here. You say building meaningful relationships. So at the end of the day, we're just trying to be good people to these journalists so they'll work with us, right?
Right, absolutely. I don't think a journalist is going to want to work with you if they're not someone that they can rely on and can trust. I think one of the clients I've worked with has said, you know, everyone's a salesman whether you like it or not. Yeah. So I think if you kind of go at media relations like sales and figure out how to sell your client, sell your organization, and kind of build relationships that way, I think it's you'll be able to make the sale essentially.
Awesome. Heidi Harmon, thank you. 4 steps to becoming a media relations pro. Again, as we say at the end of all of these things, we'll tell you to pull this pair of briefs on one leg at a time. We think it'll be a good fit and make you more effective, in this case, at your media relations, at your organization. We'll be back with another Bohlsen Briefs here somewhere on the internet, YouTube. That's where we post these in another week or so. We'll see you then.